What's going on, everybody? My name is Box from Box and Jackalope, and today I'm joined by special guest, Skoll Shorties.
Hello there, it's me, Skoll Shorties. I'm on Box's channel almost all the time at this point. I make videos about machinimas and anime openings and discussion videos and lore videos on our favorite game, World of Warcraft.
So, it's funny, we actually met because of that. But we're going to talk about one of our favorite Pandaren today, and something that's a little bit concerning for us, but we're going to talk about Chen Stormstout, who, in my opinion, is the most iconic Pandaren out there, from his look, to his staff, to the gourd staff, that's actually why I use one on Box, to his hat. He's just that guy I think most World of Warcraft players can really recognize when you say the word Pandaren. Actually, I think even more than the current Pandaren leaders in the Alliance and Horde. A lot of people may recognize him from the founding of Durotar, his questline in the Valley of Four Winds in Pandaria. Really, really awesome zone, by the way, if you guys haven't played through that. He fought alongside Vol'jin in Shadows of the Horde and assisted in the Darkspear Rebellion. He was also a follower in the Legion Order Hall for the monks. In Battle for Azeroth, Chen and Lily Stormstout can be found defending the Vale against the Mogu, and they even get a little questline, which was totally awesome. So there's so much storyline I could get into. The Pearl of Pandaria. I love this guy. I'd love to do a full video on him. But the reason Skoll and I are talking about him today is the disappearance of his hat. It's been gone since the start of Battle for Azeroth. It's even not on WoW Model Viewer, and this is really concerning because I feel this is such an iconic part of Chen's character, and in a way it defines the Pandaren. I mean, if you go around in Wyrmrest Accord, a good example, a lot of Pandaren roleplayers, they have the straw hat or a shadow pan hat. It's just something that really, in my opinion, defines Pandaren and is a huge part of Chen's character. I mean, even his first appearance, he had the hat. So the fact it's missing from his model right now really bothers me. I mean, I've had to use it in my videos, and he doesn't have the hat, and it's just one of those things that really bothers me. I'll let you speak on it a little bit, but
Chen Stormstout was one of the first Pandaren really added to the game's lore. Originally it was just, an April Fool's joke. The devs, they're like, pandas doing kung fu, this isn't gonna catch on that much, and it caught on. They were even gonna do it, like in your recent video you talked about Burning Crusade. Originally they were gonna add the Pandaren as a playable race in Burning Crusade for the Alliance of all things. That would have been weird. That would have been weird for everybody.
That would have been a tragedy.
It really would have been, because, that's what I like about the Pandaren. You get to play as both the Alliance and the Horde with this race. I mean, there should be a difference between if you're a Hwaujin Pandaren and a Tawaushi Pandaren, but I can understand why they didn't do that. But it'd be nice if they do that for Shadowlands. But back on the topic of Shen's hat, yeah, they removed it, I don't think they removed it at the start of BFA because there were machinimas that had his hat still included. I think Thomshire did a video with Chen. I don't remember his hat was in there, though. That's the thing. I don't remember. But Chen's hat has been off of his head for a while now, since the Mista Pandaria cinematic, where his hat is over on top of his head, like a usual hat would be. And once we see him again for the first time in the Valley of Four Winds, it's on his back. He's not wearing it for some reason, but it's iconic. His character looks iconic with it looking like that. It looks more like a shield than a hat. And for some reason, I don't know why they removed the hat. That's the thing. I don't know why it was removed. Is it because it was offensive to someone? Is it because it was by accident? Because I know that for things like this, like spells and such, like Eyes of the Beast, one of the reasons why they're re-adding it in Shadowlands is because they accidentally deleted it in Cataclysm, and they never were able to re-add it back in because they had to do the codes all over again, and why would you do that for a spell that nobody's going to use? So they re-added it back in for Classic, and they're like, you know what, we can give the spell back to Hunters because we have the information again thanks to Classic. So, and it's really weird here because it seems like they completely removed and deleted the hat from the game and the WoW Model Viewer database or whatever, and nobody has access to it. I don't know how you'd be able to access it at all at this point. I'm sure there's people who do model viewer stuff all the time who are familiar with digging this stuff up for 3D modeling, maybe, but the hat is completely gone. And it's a very, as you said, it's a very vital thing to his character. I mean, for crying out loud, in the one cinematic thing they did for, I think, fireworks, the fireworks day, God, I'm really bad with holiday days. But they did like a cinematic thing where it had the orc and the human, and they're drunk. They are super drunk, and this is right after they just fought with Chen Stormstout.
Yeah, and they even mention it in that cinematic. It's a bear in a hat.
So it was a bear? In a hat!
And now the hat is gone.
It's gone!
It's like Thanos snapped his finger, and he got rid of the hat. He got rid of the hat, and it's been gone, and it needs to be added back in. I don't know how they're gonna be able to go about doing this, but it should be added back in. It's not a matter of should it be added back in, because like the one thing is, all right, if they can't add it back in, at least give us a reason why it was removed. Because that's making me scratch my head. Like, why was it deleted? Was it by accident? Was it on purpose? Because, again, I'm trying to understand if it offended someone. Because, obviously, that's possible, but, like, hats like that are still in the game.
That's what I was going to say. So, my personal opinion, I think that the hat was deleted by accident, because a good example is if you play Heroes of the Storm, Chen still has his hat in that game. It's still in Warcraft 3 Reforged. So I think it was removed from his model by accident, and like we said before, it's a really iconic part of his character, and I think it would be like taking an important weapon away from other lore characters in terms of Chen Stormstout. So I would just like to see it added back into the guy. Just seeing him without it in patch 8.3 was kind of upsetting. In a way, like, it was cool we had Chen back, but just something seems missing when you look at him and he doesn't have the hat at least on his back or on him. In terms, I would just love to see him again, get it back. But yeah.
Like, it's not a serious issue. It's not like one of those things where, like, it's not like Hadi, when Hadi was removed from Hunters and Legion. It's not one of those things where it's like you need to give BM Hunters Hadi back because, he died, basically. And they did a whole questline about that. I doubt they're going to do a whole questline on their search for Chen's missing hat. As cool as that would be.
I would take it. I would take it.
That would be a nice nod to this whole situation, but, I want this to be fixed as easy as possible. Now, if they want to do something like that, because I know you and I would love more Chen, he's like our favorite Pandaren. He's my favorite Pandaren for obvious reasons, I'm the Rexar guy. Box here is the...
he's actually my favorite, like, character in Warcraft lore, to be honest, so him not having this hat, like, it's bothered me for quite some time, and that's what led to this video being created.
Yeah. It's something that we both paid notice. I tried saying something about it on Twitter. It never paid off. So this is our way of going about it. Hopefully just something comes out of it. If Blizzard responds to this, that would be awesome. We'd very appreciate it. Like, don't pull out your pitchfork and torches over this, guys. Let's be polite. Let's be nice. Let's just get Chen's hat back, and peace will be restored. That's what this situation is, basically.
It's absolutely not in, like, a bad way. Like, it's not the most pressing thing, but it's just something I think we're curious about. We'd like to just see it restored on the guy. I think it would be awesome.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of that would be Skoll and I could probably go on for a half hour about his hat, but We'll leave it at that. We appreciate anything related to this or any feedback in the comments. We'd love to hear if you guys happen to know why it might be gone either in the comments.
If we could just ask about this, like, on the forums or on Twitter, just, like, spread the word around that this hat is missing. That would do everybody some help here. But, yeah.
Spread the word, save the Pandaren. And in terms of saving the Pandaren, you'll also save Pandaria. And by saving Pandaria, you'll also save Chen Stormstout. So spread the word, guys. And his hat. That's what he needs. Like, he needs the hat back. But...
We need to save Chen's hat.
But guys, check out Skoll on YouTube. He makes very good lore videos, machinimas, and I want to thank him for coming on and talking about this today. This is awesome. Hopefully we can get Chen his hat back, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.